From the national newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo. It's holiday break time for the House of Commons. Not only does the shutdown until January 27th give MPs a chance to spend time with their families and work in their constituencies, but it will also give Prime Minister Justin Trudeau a few weeks to decide on his next move. He's facing mounting calls to step down or to call an early election after Chrystia Freeland resigned as Deputy PM and Finance Minister on Monday. Trudeau spoke at the National Liberal Caucus holiday party in Ottawa last night, and he alluded to all that unfolded within his cabinet this week as eventful and not easy.
Like most families, sometimes we have fights around the holidays. But of course, like most families, we find our way through it.
In the wake of Freeland's sudden departure from cabinet, Conservatives are now saying they have no faith in the Liberals to handle Canada-U.S. trade and Donald Trump's tariff threats. Voters head to the polls today to pick a new representative in the Alberta legislature for the riding of Lethbridge West. The provincial seat was left vacant after New Democrat MLA Shannon Phillips resigned in July. American hip-hop star Megan Thee Stallion has asked an LA court to issue a restraining order against Canadian rapper Tory Lanez. The Grammy winner said in a court filing yesterday that Lanez is harassing her from prison through surrogates as he serves a 10-year sentence for shooting her in the feet after a party at Kylie Jenner's home in July of 2020. Megan's petition says Lanez shows no signs of stopping the online harassment he engaged in and encouraged between the shooting and his imprisonment. A recreational soccer team in Toronto is calling on its league to change its gender inclusion policy.
This follows the league temporarily excluding non-binary players from women's teams. Co-captain Riley Yesno says her team, composed of female, LGBTQ+, and gender-diverse members, has been playing in the women's division of Stadium Sport League since 2022. Yesno says it highlights the importance of safe spaces for LGBTQ+ people.
It's also a good reminder, I think, for people to be proactive and vigilant in protecting and creating those safe spaces for folks in advance.
The league says it has since changed its policy to permit non-binary people to play in women's leagues. David Bowles, The Canadian Press.
And virtual reality is being worked into the recreational reality for residents at many long-term care homes. Sorel Muscat, Director of Quality Systems at Toronto's Baycrest Hospital and Long-Term Care, says her facility started using VR in some recreational programming as a way to help residents engage socially during the pandemic. She says VR helps seniors tap into what they enjoyed doing when they were younger, including scuba diving or piloting a plane. LTC residents can also take virtual tours of cities they want to visit. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, 3 of 4 Canadian NHL teams on the ice last night came out winners. The Ottawa Senators shut out the Seattle Kraken 3-0 in part on 30 saves from goalie Linus Ullmark. Kyle Connor scored twice, and Adam Lowry scored late in the third to lift the Winnipeg Jets to a 4-3 win over the host San Jose Sharks. Patrick Laine scored 3 power play goals in leading the Montreal Canadiens to a 6-1 drubbing of Buffalo. David Pastrnak scored in overtime to lift Boston to a 4-3 win over the Calgary Flames. At the NBA Cup title game in Las Vegas, Giannis Antetokounmpo got a triple-double, and the Milwaukee Bucks connected on 17 three-pointers en route to beating Oklahoma City 97-81. And in football news, Michael Vick has agreed to become the head coach at Norfolk State in a return to football for the former NFL star, who has served 18 months in federal prison after pleading guilty to his role in a dogfighting ring. From the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.